Greetings, fellow Americans. Susanna for President 2028. Welcome to the 2025 edition of Franklin Delano Roosevelt's Fireside Chats. It's been quite an interesting week, hasn't it? Well, we're going to talk about the economy. We have talked a lot about the economy in the past, in past episodes, but there is more that is happening with our economy now, so it's important to address these things. So, first, Donald Trump has imposed some ridiculous tariffs on Canada and Mexico in a short-term trade war. That is potentially going to inflate prices for consumers here in America, and now in Canada and Mexico as well. So basically, imports for food, fruits, vegetables that we get from other countries, from those countries, clothing, basic essentials that we import from them. This is going to cause their prices to skyrocket, and it's could cause some severe economic disruption, some severe damage. This is alarming because Donald Trump is doing the exact opposite of what our economics needs, the economics of our nation, what it needs. It's causing great concern and stress among the people, and I hear this in my local area as well as on news broadcasts and different social media outlets, all from different areas of our nation. He has, again, through this tariff war, violated his oath of office and the Constitution. It's becoming worse as time passes. He is also something that's disturbing me about this is that Donald Trump has imposed these tariffs on us, the people, from imports from these countries, but now these countries are also imposing tariffs on their own people. So what Canada and Mexico did was say, so the United States government is going to hurt their people, let's hurt our people in retaliation. That is the most illogical response I have ever witnessed. And I'm not sure if anybody else agrees with me, but that's just the way I see it. Y'all violated everyone's rights. The governments of the United States, Canada, and Mexico just violated everyone's rights by imposing tariffs on their own countries in retaliation, in response to tariffs from another country that's imposed on those individuals. That makes absolutely no sense. The only sense it makes is to harm us economically. All of us. And that's exactly what these tariffs do. They harm us economically. And it is illogical to harm the people of the nation you lead. So I'm going to make a recommendation to help to combat inflated prices in grocery stores for products, especially fruits and vegetables and essentials that we may need. Check out your local farmer's market, or check out a farmer's market that you can get to anyway. I have a local farmer's market, and I have noticed that the product from the farmer's market is more rich in flavor, and it seems to satisfy much better. the stuff from the grocery stores, like raspberries and strawberries, they tend to taste too watery. They don't have enough flavor. They don't really have enough of the nutrition that we really need. So these things will help us with combating inflation just a little bit. It's just one of the suggestions. It's not, the way that he has handled this is not how I would have handled it. So, first, I wouldn't have threatened tariffs. That's ridiculous. Tariffs are paid by the people of the nation that imposes the tariff. So that doesn't really make sense to me. And they are unnecessary, especially given that Canada and Mexico are our immediate neighbors. We share borders. Now, what I would have done first is checked out the agreements that were already in place prior to my entering office, and working with those to see if they could be improved, if there was any additional agreements that needed to be made. I certainly would not have threatened tariffs that are paid by the people of the nation that imposes the tariff as a way to get another country to do something that I wanted them to do. That just doesn't seem logical to me. Now, I don't utilize that type of diplomacy. How I know that a nation is our true ally is in the leadership. How willing they are to work with us as a nation to combat our mutual issues at the borders without threats. Now, I have heard that there was already an agreement between Canada and Mexico and the United States from the prior administration, from the Biden administration, and that the troops that were sent to the border from Mexico and Canada were already agreed upon by the Biden administration. I don't know if that's true. I haven't verified that yet, but if it is true, that would mean that the agreement was already in place before Donald Trump decided to threaten tariffs and impose tariffs, and that those threats were really just to harm the American people. So again, he violates his oath of office, he violates the Constitution, and he violates our rights. And I could keep going. Here is another one. Donald Trump is firing people left and right from boards of different companies. Now, these are people supposedly that oppose his agenda. The 10th Amendment to the Constitution states, the powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people. The President of the United States does not have the authority to dismiss board members of privately owned companies. Constitutionally, he does not have that power, so he is again violating everyone's rights. Again, violating the Constitution and his oath of office. I've had enough. We can improve our nation without this unconstitutional nonsense. I invite everyone and anyone who has been negatively affected by the current administration to click the link in the description to the Citizen's Oath. My oath to the people of the United States, a leadership oath. This oath can be taken by all citizens and is a commitment to our nation and each other. This includes senators, representatives, federal and state, local council members, police officers, and military. Let us unite and take care of our nation. Thank you for your time, and may our path lead to peace and prosperity.